Hi guys, this evening we're going to talk about something that affects millions of people across the United States and around the world, and that is insomnia, or just not being able to fall asleep or stay asleep. For most people, the range of sleep varies depending on what you need, but for most, 7 to 8 hours is actually a good amount of time. You need time to rest, for your mind to shut off, for your body to recuperate, and for cells to regenerate, and your mind actually to have time to refocus so the next day you're ready to go. Some of the things that happen when we're not able to fall asleep. It can occur from having things going on where you're trying to sleep. You need to try and have your bedroom or where you're sleeping be a place of just that. That's where you're going to rest. That's where you're going to fall asleep. So if you have a TV, watch it in the living room. Don't watch it in your bedroom. If you read or study or are on the computer, don't do it in your bedroom. And definitely don't do that right before you go to bed, because that blue light can keep you awake longer even after all the lights are off and you're trying to go to sleep. Other things you want to try and avoid is alcohol. Even though it has a sedative effect, meaning it can put you to sleep, it's not going to be a good sleep and it will not last throughout the night. So you will tend to wake up at different points during the night and you won't achieve the good REM sleep that it takes for your body to actually rest, recover, and rejuvenate. The other thing to avoid is smoking. Smoking and chewing tobacco release chemicals into your body that will keep you awake. So even though you think you need that last cigarette before bed to help you relax, it may help you relax, but it can also not allow your body to achieve the deep sleep that you need. Exercise is great. I highly recommend it. However, one of the things that people tend to do is exercise too late in the day. And when that happens, your muscle, your mind, your body, your heart, everything wants to keep going. So exercise on a daily basis, definitely, but do it at least 5 hours before you go to bed so your body can then shut down in time to go to sleep. A good warm shower helps definitely after that exercise to get your body toned down. The other thing is, and this depends entirely on you, but caffeine will definitely keep you awake throughout the night. Some people can drink caffeine up until bedtime without any issue at all. However, for others, even a cup of coffee at noon will be a detriment when it comes time to go to bed. So make sure you shut your caffeine intake, which is coffee, tea, chocolate, and soda pop, shut it off earlier in the day to help you achieve that good sleep that you need. Several diseases can cause problems with sleep as well. Depression, heart problems, stomach or gastric problems, because that can keep you awake at night with that. They can all cause sleep issues. Make sure you talk to your provider regarding anything and see if they can help get some of these things treated better to help you sleep. There are several medications available to help people sleep. You need to remember they should only be used on an as-needed basis, meaning if you can't fall asleep, then you take it, because your body will become reliant on those pills to get you to go to sleep. Some of them, like zolpidem or Zalpalon, which is a generic for Sonata, or Lunesta, those should not be taken with alcohol for one thing, but a high-fat food, because they will not act the way that you want them to. The other thing is, you need to remember with that, you need to allow at least 8 hours of time for you to sleep after you take that pill, because you can actually do things with those medications that you're not aware of. The article that I've read is actually called Zolpidem Zombies, where people have woke up, gone outside in their pajamas, cooked breakfast, got in their car and went for a drive and did not even realize it. There have been cases across the country where people actually took the medication, woke up but didn't wake up, and something bad happened to them or people around them. So you really want to be sure that you are giving yourself 8 hours of sleep. That's also why the FDA said on Zolpidem, generic Ambien, women should not be on a strength higher than 5 milligrams of the regular release or 6.25 of the extended release, and men should not be on more than 10 milligrams of the regular release or 12.5 of the extended release, because the women's body tend to keep more in it, so the effects are greater. And you don't want any bad effects to happen, whether you're a man or a woman, by taking too many of them. Some of the other medications that you can see for sleep are benzodiazepines, which, if you're looking at that, temazepam, which is a generic for Restoril, that's the one most commonly used. Again, it can make you fall asleep, but it doesn't tend to keep you asleep as long. No alcohol with it, and give yourself time to actually fall asleep, so you're looking at like 8 hours. All of those medications, including Belsomra, are prescription drugs, but they're also class drugs, meaning that you can only have so many pills with so many refills per each prescription. The one exception to that is a prescription called Rosarum, which is not actually classed. It is a prescription, but it's not classed in there. And that is another one you want to watch out with your diet. You don't want to eat a high-fat food diet with that as well. They do have a couple of drugs that they use off-label, is what it's called. They're not intended for sleep, but that's some of the things that you can see. Trazodone, which is an antidepressant. Sometimes you will see that used for sleep. Again, no alcohol with that one. And then Seroquel is actually an antipsychotic that sometimes people have relief from insomnia with as well. Again, no alcohol with that one. What I would prefer to see you try is there are several over-the-counter options out there. Magnesium oxide is one that if you take 30 to 45 minutes prior to going to sleep with a full glass of water, you'll have good success with that. It also helps with muscle cramps, and it also keeps you regular. Something else that you can try is valerian root. But before you try the over-the-counter valerian root, check with your pharmacist or provider, because there are some drug interactions with that one, especially with drugs like antipsychotics and antidepressants. So make sure you check that out. Ashwagandha is another one that it doesn't necessarily help you sleep, but it helps to calm you and relax you. And that may be a benefit to help you get to sleep. Again, check with your provider or pharmacist on that, because there are some drug interactions. Another one to look at is melatonin. It comes as 1, 3, 5, and 10 milligrams. A lot of people really have good success with the 5 milligram to 10 milligram dose in adults. That's something else to try. I would not try them all at once. Try one, see if it works. If it doesn't, move on to the next one. The other thing I want you to be aware of is if you have sleep apnea, you will have continued issues falling asleep and staying asleep. That's something that you need to check with your provider on to get a sleep study. If you get treated for sleep apnea, your insomnia, or at least getting a good quality sleep, will be better treated by getting a CPAP machine, which will help you stay asleep for the full night. Try and stay away from Benadryl or diphenhydramine for sleep. Several over-the-counter medications have that. You have Tylenol PM, Advil PM, or the generics. You have the Z-Quils out there. Read your label. If it says diphenhydramine or Benadryl, avoid that, because there are several studies linking that drug with dementia. So that's not going to give you the good quality sleep, and it's going to have long-term adverse effects. Talk to your provider or pharmacist if you have any other questions.